I do have a question though. This is like an event, right? Or is it literally just a series of quests? Because what does Navia want me to do? What does Navia want me to do here? Or does this not become a thing until after the quest finishes? Is it just never a thing? But then why is she asking me to participate? Navia, what happens if I say yes? We have to do the exact same thing twice. Okay, that's fine.
Traveler, it's you! Ready to join the Cheval Moran Film Fantasyland?
So if I say yes, what does it do?
It's time, dear partner in Paimon, for us to turn our attention to the Cheval Moran Film Fantasyland. As I mentioned, the park was started up by enthusiasts.
It's not a park, dear, it's a convention.
Brought in the Spinaci Rosula to handle the planning, construction, and operations.
There's nothing theme park or amusement park about this shit. It's a convention.
Of course, enthusiasts aren't typically all-around experts. They usually stick to designing the event booths. We, for our part, handle long-term operations and develop standardized strategy guides for the different activities.
Long-term operations? Strategy? It all sounds so complicated.
It really doesn't, and you still haven't elaborated on what these activities actually are.
We spend most of our time adventuring, and we barely have any experience running a stall.
Excuse you?
Do you think we can handle this?
We ran a potion stall in one of the previous events, did we not? We had to make the goods, and then we had to market the goods, and then we had to sell the goods, Paimon. So I will not have that from you. Not every big boss went to business school, you know. We've done plenty of big business ourselves.
That's more like it. You've seen it all before, haven't you, partner? I'd even go as far as to say you've shaped some of Tevat's biggest business ventures.
I have? How so?
Anyway, first things first. Let's get an overview of how the whole festival's gonna be run.
Here we go. This is what I was wanting. Why is it a pirate octopus? It's something marine. Cheval Morin. Running the staff center.
As you can see,
of
our
course.
Fantasyland's a bit like a sugar-free macaron right now. Several areas are still under construction.
What do you mean under construction? This literally doesn't even match the construction work you have where we're currently standing. This looks nothing like it.
The Spina's only been able to hire a limited number of craftsmen. Besides, we don't have enough experience to handle multiple projects simultaneously. That's why I chose to adopt a time slot-based planning method, so we can focus on specific tasks during each designated period. Upgrading facilities, expanding the venue, hiring staff. All of this requires funds and time slots to accomplish.
Okay.
So, it's our job to allocate precious time slots in each business cycle to the most worthwhile tasks.
Okay.
As we attract more guests and earn money to add to our funds, we'll also be able to work more efficiently, which will allow us to divide each cycle into finer time slots, which will let us get more done.
I gotta say, Navia, you're really not selling it to me at the moment.
So we'll be limited in the decisions we can make and tasks we can focus on within each time period.
This was like a really bad way of describing how this works.
Which means we have to use our limited actions and Mora to earn even more Mora.
Well, obviously, considering you've got timepieces as things we do cost time, I don't think that you really needed to explain it in this massively long-winded manner. You could just say you've got resources, money and time. Moved on.
Kinda like playing chess or cards then. Cooking up a Paimon thinks she just about gets it. How do you feel about it, Traveler?
I feel like you used a lot of words to say absolutely nothing. You haven't actually told me what I'm doing. Guess we'll learn on the job.
Yep, come on, we can do this.
Says the person who's like, we've never run a business before, Traveler.
You mentioned standardized strategy guides just now. Does that mean there are non-standard ways to take part too?
Of course. Film and entertainment mean different things to different people. And there's gonna be a wide range of exciting activities for people to try out. If we're not careful, some visitors might wander off and end up getting in trouble, and others might pick up dangerous props by mistake. To avoid confusion, we need to create a standardized strategy guide for each activity. Just think of it like a walkthrough.
But won't you have vendors standing at each location for that express purpose? I see you want me to be your test player.
Wow, if we're the first ones to test out the activities, who knows what surprises there could be waiting for us?
So not only do you want me to run the business side of things, you also need me to try out your shit. Okay.
But if we hit a tough spot, we'll just have to rely on our skills to carry us through.
Again, I feel like we're using a lot of words to speak, but we're not really saying much.
Hopefully it goes without saying
This
that
is
I've
the
never
worst
put you
event
in
introduction
danger,
we've had.
partner. I carefully checked all the existing activities before you arrived, and I can assure you that they're all perfectly safe.
Why would it even occur to us that they're not safe?
I also wanted you to experience the activities before anyone else gets to. It'll be fun. Plus, we'd like to hear your thoughts and suggestions.
Oh, those are two things
Really am a
Navi is best
playtester, aren't
at,
I?
making people feel safe and having fun.
Great! Well, I can't wait to hear what you think. Your input is super important to us. All right then. Let's start with eclectic escapades and put our first guide together.
But this place isn't fully set up yet. Isn't that the point of the business? Cycle 1. Go formulate a strategy. Okay. That's great. I'm reading. Unlock facility. Swiftly weaving through narrow alleyways, beset on all sides by danger. A popular trope in action films, and one that's faithfully brought to life by eclectic escapades. Experience the thrill of the chasing this high-paced attraction. I mean, there's nothing here. What am I looking at? What, the two boats? Is that what we're looking at? Okay. A themed circuit based on the adventure film Journey to the Secret Sea. I'm trying to read here, game. You're stifling me. I guess we'll come back. Formulate a standard strategy to ensure smooth running of the facility. Yeah, but what's it costing me? Oh my god, that took 4 time? How much time is this going to take? What the? You're throwing me in to trial run the event, but you wouldn't even let me read what the fucking event was. Infuriating. Collect the required number of it. That's great, but I would have liked to have read the instructions on the screen so I knew what the ride, guide said. Fuck you, game. And reach a destination to complete a challenge. Beware of some traps. Blah, blah, blah. Special skills can create acceleration rings in front of the character while they are diving or gliding. Wait. We're going to be swimming and flying? In the one thing? Why? Wouldn't you just separate them? Not only can you speed up using these skills, but you can use them to dodge obstacles or break through terrain. I mean, is that required? Hello? Oh, I forgot about water navigation. Alrighty. I always found this so discombobulating. It's hard to tell where I am and where I'm supposed to be oriented. No, down. Get your ass down. Whoa! Okay, that's nice. I keep pressing up, expecting myself to go forward faster. But that's not the purpose of the button, funnily enough. Oh, this is so directionally challenging. Well, we made it. Can we slow down and let me read the things? Or are you just going to keep firing me through something I don't comprehend?
Both of you seem even more excited than before. Looks like your first trial run didn't disappoint.
I don't know, Navia. I'm going to say it was a little difficult to appreciate the swimming and the trial when I was still feeling frustration over the game just not letting me be able to read what's in front of me and forcing me through a particular path. I don't really appreciate that at all, and it doesn't serve as a very effective tutorial. The challenge format is super easy to get into. I disagree, but you and I are talking about two very different things, and it ties in perfect with the film theme. I don't fucking know if it fits in with the film theme because guess what? I didn't get to read what the film was about because you just threw me straight into the challenge. If you let me read what the damn film was about like I was trying to do, then maybe I could say that it perfectly ties in with the film thing, but I don't know because you strong-armed me.
Paimon hasn't actually watched that many films, but after
Because
trying
you like
it
to read
out,
books.
she might just be hooked. We should check out the film that it's based on.
Oh, I see what you're doing here. You're trying to make money off the films.
Great job, Paimon. That's exactly what our enthusiast friends were hoping you'd say. They'd be beyond delighted to hear that visitors are curious about the films that inspired these attractions.
Which works fine if the attractions themselves are actually interesting. Having just recently been on 20,000 Leagues Beneath the Sea or whatever it's called, the ride at Disney Sea, I have to say it was a really boring ride. It looked exciting from like the marketing photos and whatnot. It looked really cool. It really wasn't a very interesting ride. It did not inspire me to go watch the movie, but then I suppose the movie was brought out many decades ago, so that in itself was a bit of a deterrent.
Some have even been willing to contribute extra funds out of their own pockets. Where budgets have allowed, of course.
Out of their own pockets?
Well, yeah, they want to promote their film.
That's right. While the Spina di Rosula covers the cost of basic booth materials and rental fees, many fans have personally funded promotional materials and related merchandise.
And so they should, because it only helps themselves in the end.
The cost of the booth
great.
itself isn't their main expense. Some of them have already started designing spin-off products inspired by film characters.
And advertising them now alongside the previous film to generate interest. What the hell? We're underneath right here? With Kakuku?
Take our official mascot, Surintendant Chevalmoran, for instance. She won second place in the last most popular character poll for the comic film category, and was even dubbed the pinnacle of round bouncy cuteness. Many people have expressed interest in designing cushions based on her image, using the highest quality fabrics and hiring the most skilled artisans to mass produce them. These cushions will officially go on sale at the next convention alongside lots of similar products.
Now that you mention it, I kind of want one too. Shouldn't Farina be getting a sizable cut because it's her salon member?
Don't worry. As Surintendant Chevalmoran's guardian and official image rights agent, Farina's already getting 60% of the sales revenue.
60%? But she's not even doing the heavy lifting.
After all, the fans are doing this voluntarily. Not for profit, but to promote Surintendant Chevalmoran's adorable image.
Fine.
The more Mora ends up in Farina's purse, the better Surintendant Chevalmoran's meals will be. And who wouldn't be happy to hear that?
I can't fault that logic if you're a fan of Chevalmoran.
Oh, Paimon likes the sound of that. Everyone working hard for something they all love without worrying about profit.
Still, we can't just ignore Mora completely. Whether it's fan creations or official commercial projects, some level of financial balance is still necessary. The same logic applies to the Chevalmoran film Fantasyland taken as a whole. Once we finish the standardized strategy guides, our attractions can officially be open to the public. But we can't take personal charge of the ticketing process.
That's great. This conversation is redundant. Can you just let me get back to my event?
There's plenty of work to do at the various booths, and the park itself is a work in progress. We'll need to assign dedicated employees to maintain and manage each attraction.
But you see what I mean about this particular event? They use just this specific area, not the quest line, just this part here. We're using a lot of words, and we're speaking a lot, we're saying a lot, but we're not saying anything. There's nothing constructive to what's being said. It's like saying words for the sake of hearing your own voice or to pad out an event. They're not necessary.
There's a recruitment section on the park's bulletin board. We've received many applications, and each candidate has their strengths. Our job is to match the best candidates to each attraction based on their overall performance.
Because we don't need this. We could just have the event and have the bulletin board here for us to interact with and tell us we have to interact with it. And then we can, logically conclude this ourselves.
Once assigned, the staff will keep the attractions running, ensuring a continuous revenue stream.
Wait, so we've suddenly gone from being playtesters to heads of human resources?
Ugh.
That's definitely a first for us.
I would never want to work in HR. I have very high standards when it comes to reviewing resumes. I'll make an awesome boss.
Just don't hold everyone up to your own standards, okay?
I know.
You can't expect everyone else to be as capable as you.
Oh, trust me, Paimon. I know. Everyone I work with definitely can't keep up to my standards.
All right, time to review some resumes. Fingers crossed we'll get some exceptional candidates.
I doubt it, Paimon. They're going to be people we know. No diamonds in the rough to be found here. Okay, can I read my fudging instructions? I can't even interact with it anymore. I don't want the quest. I want the event. Give me the event. What the? Too fucking bad. That's all I can say. Too bad. We're doing this whether you like it or not. Okay, so I can't even find out what this attraction was about. I literally cannot even access that information. It is hidden from me. I am now extra pissed because I wanted to know what the film was about. Therefore, to know what the ride was about.
In a good mood, I see.
Yep. Seeing my dear vegetables all settled in right where they belong brings me great joy.
You sound like a proud parent. I'm happy for you, bro. But given how where they belong is inside a cooking pot, that kind of fills me with dread at the same time.
Right? It's like he's cooking his own children.
Nice to meet you, bro.
The heck are you on about? Does this really seem like a good time for nice to meet you?
I guess he's referring to the meeting of the vegetables in the pot.
You got it, bro.
Honestly, right now, I'm not sure if I should be worrying about your definition of nice to meet you or investigating whether you and Kakuku share some kind of telepathic bond.
Okay. Notice board, you say. Staff Center. Aha! They are randoms. Fantastic. Helene. She takes 2 time and 2,000 Mora. Okie dokie. She is level 6 of 7. Well, she doesn't have very far to grow, does she? But at least she's the most competent we have so far. Service value plus 12. Holy shit, your wage is expensive. How often do we pay that? Okay. For eclectic escapades. Work experience. Follow-up development for the Fontaine Research Institute's Stabilization Mechanism Project. Logistics supplier for the Fontanalia Film Festival. Personal strengths. Good sense of teamwork, plus willingness to take on menial or difficult tasks. I'm tough enough to handle any amount of overtime, and I can bear with half a day off every 7 days of work. That's not something to be proud of. You won't fucking let me fucking scroll. Game, I get holding my hand for the fucking event, but you have got to let me look at the information you're presenting to me. Stop forcing me to do things without fully reading and comprehending what's on the UI. It's really pissing me off. Like, there were other tabs. Let me click on the other tabs. Your job looks boring, love, especially considering the park isn't even open yet.
Looks like this particular employee is really getting into their role.
Yeah, she's really getting into her role by standing there and doing nothing because there's nothing to do. Wishing them success on the job.
You're both doing great. You sound more like bosses than I do. In any case, with this, the Cheval Moran Film Fantasyland is now officially open.
Great. Can you let me look at things at my own leisure?
Running a theme park is a long-term project. You won't make much if you try and rush it.
Yeah, it's true, but it's also a very, very high beginning cost.
We're just about done with our current work setup, so let's take a short break and wait for this cycle's revenue report to come in.
What revenue? The park isn't even open yet. You have 1 attraction. That makes no sense whatsoever. End the current operation cycle. For those who don't know what we're talking about when we talk about Cheval Moran, which everybody watching this, will have played Genshin, because the other people who watch his videos have watched Genshin. I'm talking about her salon, and it's this creature here that we're referring to. That's Cheval Moran. Just as an FYI. But anyway, okay. How do I end? I don't end it on here. Oh, I have to go to this building to end it? Why not on the board? Okay, sure. Whatever. How did you make money? It's not even open. Unused action points converted. That's because you wouldn't let me use them. Operating costs, wage expenditure. Yeah, that's a massive expense. Hey, we're naturals when it comes to raking in the dough. We make the perfect money-making duo. Outstanding entrepreneur. Dude, we've barely done anything. Cycle 2. Back at... Can you let me read it?
The numbers might not look that impressive, but given that we're just getting the ball rolling, I'd say that wasn't a bad start.
So we accrued our time back, which makes sense. So you must get full time back every single cycle. But how much money did we get? I didn't get a chance to see that before you just powered me through.
Building on this momentum,
Terrible
we
tutorials.
must consider rolling out more unique business strategies during the next cycle.
You don't need business strategies, Navia. You just need to open some friggin' attractions. It's not that hard to
To
understand.
draw in the crowds, I've invited one of Fontaine's very own celebrity chefs, my good friend Escoffier.
We know.
She'll be performing right here in the amusement park's restaurant. On that note, let's go catch up with her.
Or we could open another attraction to actually make you some money, Navia.
So, is the restaurant part of our business strategy too? There are so many layers to this operation.
What do you mean layers? There's fuck all to do here. Just let me open another attraction so we can start getting on with this business. Whoever is making this event needs to not let someone else take over because they're not very good at laying this shit out. Okay, so we've got 400 more than we started with. That at least is good to know. Escoffier.
The restaurant is up to standard, and the waterside location will make for a unique dining experience. The beautiful scenic reflections in the water create a stunning backdrop, lifting diners' spirits and allowing them to truly savor their meals.
That's great, Escoffier. I'm a little distracted by my boom mic. It keeps squeaking. I keep moving it. I don't know if you can... Oh, it's not squeaking now. But I keep adjusting it because my microphone, I keep moving. So I'm going to move my microphone. And every time I just nudge it a slightest bit, it creaks. Do you need some WD-40, sir? Possibly.
Ingredients, check. Cooking utensils, check. Looks like we're ready to rumble.
Okay, I just noticed that your outfit is asymmetrical. You've got a normal apron strap on that side. Actually, you do under here as well. You've just got something else on top of it, though.
Hey there, Escoffier.
Oh, my employers are here. The president of the Spina di Rasula, plus the famous traveler and Paimon. I must say, you seem a bit overqualified to be running a film-themed amusement park.
That's what I say every time they make us do something like this. We're a wee bit overqualified.
I'd say that if anyone here was overqualified, it would be the former head chef of the Hotel de Boer. Wherever you walk, the aroma of fine cuisine follows in your wake.
So you used to work for the hotel then? What do you do now? Or where do you work now? Do you have your own kitchen somewhere? Do you just do catering at events like this? What is your mode of operation now, Escoffier?
Let's get back to business. I'm guessing you want the traveler to help me decide the theme dish for each cycle, right?
Theme dish?
This is the business strategy I mentioned earlier. Using Escoffier's top-tier dishes to attract more visitors to the park. But this isn't just about attracting visitors. Her culinary masterpieces will surely have other surprising effects. Just imagine, Paimon, if all you needed was a single ticket to enjoy all the attractions and taste all the legendary food. Wouldn't you be tempted?
Yes, but only if the price represented a good value.
Then Paimon come every single day.
Paimon, you don't have a single mora to your name. I am not paying for you to come here every day. Do you do annual passes?
Now, here's the twist. To get the most out of this strategy, the menu can't be made public.
Why?
Based on research by a certain food branding consultant, many restaurants have started offering a special chef surprise dish.
I mean, to the average person, I'm sure that's fine. But speaking of someone who, one, has never had a broad palate to start off with, but two, has IBS and is very limited in what she can consume without repercussions, that's a terrible idea. Imagine going to a park where, I suppose she probably has normal menu items, but say they didn't have normal menu items and the chef surprise is all you get. What if it's something you can't eat medically or even just from a taste perspective? You know, I don't like eating pork. I don't enjoy the taste of pork. But like your main meal is based around pork and the chef surprise, but you don't know it till you're there. You've already paid your money. You're already there. You've got to eat it because you've got to eat. I think it's terrible. To be fair, I do think she's offering normal food alongside with it, but I think it's terrible.
So give me some inspiration every few business cycles, and I'll decide on our next themed dish.
I'm hoping she just means a special dish on top of the normal menu. That's
Now then,
fine.
Give me your hand.
Why? I had no idea inspiration could be physically transferred.
A warm and energetic feel.
Okay.
Your hands are calloused from wielding your sword, but still quite delicate. When you grasp its hilt, it's like you're holding the bow of a violin.
This conversation would be very different if I was Aether.
A sword, then. The theme this time shall be strength.
That's a really vague theme.
All right, let's find out what strength looks like in gastronomical form.
Could you be more specific? Could you narrow down the parameters? I'm going to assume it's going to be meat-based, but still. Yep, told ya. Power-packed barbecue ribs. And this is another example. I won't eat meat off a bone, so I wouldn't eat that. I'm not even remotely close. Spend 30% less the time... Spend 30% less the next time you upgrade any attraction. Okay, it helps if I can actually read like a normal human being. I would have centered this information because it looks kind of stupid being skewed like that. Okay. That's nice. I mean, Mora wasn't my issue. Time was my issue. Or does that include time?
I've
'Cause you're
refined the
paying
sauce
in
for these
time.
barbecue ribs. It's a richer flavor than the classic version, but not at all greasy. The mint extract in the seasoning
Ugh.
leaves a refreshing aftertaste.
No.
Perfect for indulging yourself after a fun-filled day.
Mint is such an interesting food. I don't think it belongs in food, personally.
But if you ask me, I'd say the artisans need these more than the guests.
I mean, like, peppermint ice cream and stuff like that, fine. I mean, technically that's peppermint, not just straight mint. But, like, savory, I don't think it belongs in it.
The artisans?
As I'm sure you've noticed, this park isn't quite finished.
Yeah, I noticed,
A serving of
thank
these
you.
barbecue ribs should help the artisans replenish their strength much more quickly. As their bosses, you have an obligation to provide meals for them. So why not invite them to dine here?
Okay, I mean, it's not like we're open.
Who knows?
Even though
the
we are,
morale
but we're
boost
not.
might even improve their productivity.
Oh? If I recall correctly, you once served up some special fish and chips for the porters over at the Fleuve Sandra. For several days after, the workers were all incredibly efficient. They'd finish 8 hours of work in just 5.
Jesus.
And then, because they clocked out early, they'd come back completely refreshed the next day.
Then there's no time to lose. Go invite the artisans over while these ribs are still hot. I'll prepare some side dishes and desserts too.
That's fine, but when do I get back to actually managing this park?
That's a great idea! You really live up to your reputation, Escoffier!
Because I'm feeling extremely disappointed, which is unusual. I mean, no, it's actually quite usual for this game. But specifically, like, we're actually getting character interaction and, like, this is great. I'm really not enjoying the character interaction because I'm supposed to be running a park here. I'm not supposed to be engaging in cute little dialogues. I'm supposed to be doing a business. Can we please get back to the task at hand?
Looks like these themed dishes are gonna make a huge difference after all. We'll have to make sure we check in with you regularly.
You and Navia invite the artisans over,
artisans
treating
are
them to a
pumped
delicious
and ready
feast
to
of
roll
special
thanks
barbecue
to that
ribs.
themed dish.
Okay.
And
Well-
perfect timing, too.
I don't
Let's
have
take
an
this
overarching
chance to take the
UI.
facilities of our eclectic escapades to the next level.
Why? Can we open something else? It's very impractical to improve a facility that's already open and functioning over opening something else to help, you know, streamline your revenue process. This is really silly. Again, it's like the person who made this event has never done business in their life. This makes no sense. And again, it's not going to let me read the facility. It's going to go, click here, bitch. I'd like to not click here. I would like to read the fucking UI. Facility level 1. Well, I can't click that. Guess wonder what that says. Estimated revenue per cycle. 3,200 more. I can't click that either. Service value. I'm not entirely sure how to pronounce that, to interpret that. Current staff. Eventually, it looks like we can get 4 people running it, but what's the difference between here and here? Don't know. Don't know what that does either because you also won't let me click on that. Upgrade costs. Holy shit, this is all we can do this cycle because I won't be able to afford anything. That's 30% off? Holy shit. It costs more to upgrade than it costs to build. I don't know why I have to click on it twice. That's a bit weird. 1 to 2. Again, can't read whatever that is. Visitor volume up to 30. Ticket price. Oh, God. Number of action points, 8 to 9. Oh, so improving these is improving that. Okay. Max service value, 40 to 45. I'm not sure about that. Oh, good Lord. That's bright.
We should be able to attract more customers by upgrading the stall, don't you think?
We just did that, Paimon.
That's right. Based on my business experience with the Spina di Rosula, I've quantified the service value to help you intuitively understand how satisfied customers are with each stall.
Does it matter? We just go from store to store and we have the Mora and improve them all one by one. There's no real strategy behind doing that.
An attraction will reach its ideal revenue only when its service value meets customer expectations. As we improve and expand our facilities, expectations will also increase accordingly. When that happens, we can deploy more capable employees or invest funds in training to enhance our employees' skills.
Where are we getting our money from, by the way? If we're only estimated to earn 3,045 more per cycle, subtracting her 1,600 operation costs, that leaves us with less than 1,400 Mora. How is our Mora going up? Again, could you just let me click on things? Cost me 2,800. Jesus Christ, this is expensive. Her service value, okay, so she's capping out at 7 because 7 was her limit. Service value goes up to 14 and her wage, she costs so much more. She's so expensive. But her service value seems to have gone up a smidge. Good Lord. Putting her up a level put us up 2,000 more per cycle. I still don't understand how that's going to get us to a high income. I suppose this is only an individual ride, quotation marks. It's not taking the park sales tickets into consideration.
Looks like you've pretty much mastered how to run this park.
I think I've done no such thing, Navia, because you've done a very deplorable job of explaining how the fuck to do things.
Huh? Have we really? Thinking about it, we have learned quite a lot, haven't we?
Why isn't there an interface? You showed me that big map thing to start off with, and now I can't get into that facility. Why can't I just press F5 and go to the events and then open the event page like you normally can for events? It's really frustrating. Just goes to show how well Navia explained it, or she fucking didn't. Can't have done it without Navia's guidance. I'm sure I could have done a great enough job without her explaining.
Not at all. I wouldn't say I taught you much. Your intuition's
Agreed.
been guiding the way mostly. I imagine long-term operations sounded like a scary prospect the first time I mentioned it, huh? But don't let that scare you. Just break things down into smaller steps and tackle them one at a time. Even if you're not a genius or naturally gifted, you'll get it done in the end.
It's not my first rodeo, Navia.
Whoa, seeing her own progress has really got Paimon fired up! Actually, she's gonna jot your words of encouragement right down. From here on out, we'll be running the Cheval Moran Film Fantasyland together. Let's make it a big success.
Just give me a menu, please. Oh, thank God. Open screen management.